Oh, there we go. Okay, there we are. They weren't trying to let me on. What's up with that? I'm like, what's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? Rich City in the house. Rest in peace to the Pitts. My heart goes out to the Pitts family. Rest in peace to their son. They lost one of their sons today in Chicago. He was shot 18 times. That's ridiculous. Coming out of church's chicken. Rest in peace. Thanks, fam. We took care of the business. Oh, you know me?
Thank you so much.
Oh, you so welcome.
You know Sneaky?
Huh?
You know a dude named Sneaky?
Probably. I gotta see him.
His real name is Robert.
I don't know. I probably gotta see him. If I had a picture of him, I'll probably see him. But we'll chat next time when we come back.
You're Polish gang?
Yeah, I'm Polish, Italian, Irish,
I don't know. I know a dude named Sneaky Pete. But we just call him Sneaky Pete. His name ain't Robert. But it's probably a guy I've seen before. Or he probably just recognized me from YouTube. That happens. I get that a lot. People be like, I know you from somewhere. I just can't figure it out. Now, let's get into this LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith situation. What's up, man? Y'all killed somebody's son that I went to school with, man. Well, they brother. That's what's up with Chicago, but VA in the house, what's up? Now, let's go back to the LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith situation. Now, when LeBron James first came out, Stephen A. Smith was his biggest fan. His biggest fan in the world. He was the biggest fan in the world. And this only happened once the man went ahead and decided to do some trickery. Meaning that well, it's not just that one-on-one interview. It's the fact that LeBron was pulling a lot of strings to make others not want to sit down with Stephen A. Smith. He didn't like LeBron's attitude. LeBron do a lot of actions behind the scenes where his athletes, if you're not treating LeBron a certain way, or if you're not kissing up to him, because the thing was, when he first went to Miami, Stephen A. Smith was the first one to report it. He had the information, and it's like once he went to Miami, Stephen A. Smith started to take little shots at him. LeBron has a super sensitive attitude where he feels that people are betraying him if you talk about him or criticize him on his basketball play. So when people were criticizing him as a basketball player, what they're supposed to do, he couldn't take it. And there was There was a Nike summit where ESPN was covering. It was LeBron James' camp, and LeBron James got dunked on. You remember that, right? Y'all remember when LeBron got dunked on in his camp? So when LeBron got dunked on in his camp, everybody back then was talking about Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. So Kobe in his camp the next day was talking about ain't nobody dunking on me in my camp. Stephen A. Smith was the one that was laughing and bringing it up because he was a big Kobe Bean Bryant fan. So now LeBron James looked at him as a hater and pushed that narrative to Chris Paul, pushed that narrative to Kevin Durant, pushed that narrative to everybody in his circle. But the only person who remained true to him through all of this was Carmelo Anthony. Even though LeBron pushed that narrative, Carmelo Anthony was the only one that really stayed like, okay, I'm going to stay down with dude because dude's always been real with me. Until he pulled what he pulled with Carmelo Anthony, and Carmelo called him directly and checked him over the phone. So that burnt his bridge with Carmelo. Because him and Carmelo Anthony haven't spoken since. Because Carmelo said, you could have called me. But LeBron never had a conversation with Stephen A. Smith. Matter of fact, when ESPN was going to interview him and ask him questions, it was said on the paperwork, ESPN, and it had an excerpt, it had no Max Kellerman, no Stephen A. Smith, no one from First Take. ESPN didn't want any of them to interview LeBron. Well, LeBron James' team didn't want any one of those guys because he feels that they have an opinion-based television show, and he doesn't want to appear on those social platforms. So he don't want to be used in that in that status and sit down and champion that. So because he didn't want to do the First Take, he didn't want to do an interview with them and none of that stuff, because he didn't do this, it led to an even worse situation. And this was based on the fact that he was just pointing out things about LeBron James that was going on. Then he started, once that happened, and Stephen A. Smith is, if you're threatening his show or you're threatening his livelihood or what have you, he's going to come after you. And on the show, if Stephen A. can take a shot at LeBron James and find something critical about LeBron James, he going to bring it up. And he going to speak on it. And then he going to talk about the distaste and how he rubbed certain players the wrong way. Because behind the scenes, Stephen A. Smith be talking to other NBA players about LeBron James, like how he don't really like him. So those two don't like each other. Kevin Durant and Stephen A. Smith, that whole fallout, and how Kevin Durant was talking with LeBron and how don't nobody even talk to Stephen A. Smith. So he ain't talked to nobody from our camp. So when all of that stuff was going on, it's because LeBron was saying nobody from our team talks to Stephen A. Smith. Nobody in our circle speaks to him. So he can never say LeBron's camp and LeBron's people told me this. So he advised Kevin Durant and tell his family and camp not to do the same things. The only reason that Wanda went on the show, his mom went on the show, is because she said, I want to talk to Stephen A. Smith directly, to his face. I want to be on that show and I want to talk to him directly. He gonna have to look me in my eyes and apologize to me. And they made him apologize. They made Stephen A. Smith apologize. They never did that to Max Kellerman. He said some of the same stuff. But they made him do it on national TV. Did they let Michelle Beadle apologize to Stephen A. Smith? When she clearly broke her contract by talking about another ESPN employee within the press? Nope. Well, he apologized because he wasn't in a position to be on his own. And because he wasn't in a position to be on his own, this is the results. Yeah, he spoke up and spoke the truth, and they punished him for it. Well, that's the only thing me and Floyd, we butt heads on that he should know about. Because he's in a whole different bracket. Floyd ain't gonna listen to you all the way. But he's been told about people like Tom Brady and all these other celebrity white athletes that's on the high pedestal, the A-Rods and all of them, how they gonna smile in your face and be buddy-buddy with you. But I'm like, do you realize that Tom Brady is low-key corporate? You know, he cares about his image and brand too much. So he's not going to be associated with you when the thing is hot. When it's hot, boom. The Justin Bieber situation, told him that. I'm like, Justin can't have that on his Instagram page, but I'm like, Justin really didn't break no rules. You know, he just, with his new thing he's doing with this church and allowing himself to be in this thing, he can't be having naked girls and stuff out there, you know, girls dressed in a provocative way on his page no more. But instead of having that conversation, he just unfollowed Floyd and it caused a little rift. Because in Hollywood, nobody talks. People just do things. No one has a conversation. But that's the gist of what's going on with Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James. They do not like each other. And LeBron will never be on First Take. You won't see him sitting in that chair. You won't see him on Undisputed. He don't like either one of the shows. He doesn't like that format. Well, he thinks all these shows are geared to hate athletes. They promote the negativity of all athletes. They very rarely promote what's good about them. They start a debate on just arguing over things that don't even matter or their personal lives. He doesn't really like these shows. And I understand that. I mean, in a way, a majority of them are. That's why I can't understand why they complain about, this is the thing, they complain about social media when they have two social media platform type shows. First Take is a social media platform type of show where it's all opinion based, no facts really guarantees anything. It's all opinions wrapped around shady facts. Everything is their opinion. And then they don't even believe the narrative. One would take one side, the other would take the other side. And then they'll just play off the narrative. Well, Skip's been telling the truth about LeBron. And most people don't tell the truth about LeBron James because they're afraid to because of what happened with Stephen A. Now, the thing is that when Skip was on First Take, Stephen A used to defend LeBron and Skip used to bash him. So, Stephen A would only criticize him from a basketball perspective. He never went personally on him. So, but LeBron takes these things personal. And that's why Stephen A is like, see, he's too fickle about everything, Skip sounds like me. Me and Skip say the same things. Because it's the truth. People they lie to themselves. That's the problem. They lie to themselves to make themselves believe LeBron is better than what he is. And to me, he's over-glorified and he's not that good. The shock comes in is like, wow, I really can't believe people are buying into this BS. That's what shocks me. Nah, we ain't tripping. We just telling the real. Some people will believe it. Some people just won't. That's just life. Well, Shannon Sharp, he just likes LeBron James. So he gonna defend LeBron all. Wow, I don't know what's happening. Maybe I hope they done with this Wi-Fi crap. See, here's the situation. Michael Jordan wasn't in a lot of game type of situations he had, but when he was in there, he was sealing the deal. All the big shots were made by Michael Jordan. In the fourth quarter, that's Michael Jordan time. Everybody knows that. So the fourth quarter was Jordan time. So it's not about just last second shots. I'm like, LeBron has choked many times. Even when they won the game 6. Is it unfrozen now? Wow. Hopefully we are done with all this stuff. Jeez.